Continuing our demonstration of Alibre Atom 3D, we're now going to model a hex nut. So to start this, I'm going to click on the part icon to go into the part workspace. Like we did with the socket cap screw, we're going to start with a sketch on the XY plane. So I'll just pick the edge of the plane in view and then click the Activate 2D Sketch button top left to go into the sketching environment. And then from here, we want to draw a hex nut. Well, Alibre Atom 3D provides this useful polygon drawing feature. So I click on that. And then in here, we just need to set the number of sides. So in this case, it should default to 6. So I'll leave it on that. Now I can click on the origin point to center the hexagon I'm going to draw on the origin. And you'll see I get a little red guideline when I'm in line with the origin. So if I just drag up, that will keep the, that will mean that the top edge of the hexagon is horizontal. So I'll just left click and then hit apply, and then I can click close to close the polygon drawing tool down. I'm now going to use a dimension, and I can put a dimension between the bottom edge and the top edge of the hexagon. So this is going to be an M8 Hex Nut, so that is 13 millimeters across the flat. So just type in 13 and I'll just zoom in a little bit. Now we could create this as a piece of material and then do a second sketch and use a cut feature to put the hole through the center, but there's a useful shortcut. If we put a profile within a profile, Alibre Atom 3D will give you the material between the two when you go to a 3D feature, so you can effectively cut a hole in it at the same time. So under sketch figures, I'm just going to go to circle. I'm going to pick the origin as the center, and then for this, as we're not actually worrying about modeling threads or anything, I'm just going to put in a sort of simple circle. I'll use the tap drill size, which for an M8 thread would be 6.8 mil. Press enter, and that's now a fully defined sketch. So I can click the deactivate sketch button top left, and I'm just going to rotate into a 3D view so I can see what's going on. And so I've still got the sketch selected, so I'm going to go to the boss, add material menu, and extrude. And two things here. I want the depth to be 6.5 millimeters. I'm just going to click in another box in here so you can just see that updates the preview. Now I could accept that, it would work fine. However, all the material is currently above the XY plane. So under type, I'm going to change this to mid plane, and what that's going to do is it's going to put the material evenly about the XY plane, which gives us a handy center plane running through the part. So if we were ever to need to have a mirrored feature on one side, we can use that as a mirroring plane. So it's just quite useful to sort of work around centers. I'm going to click OK. So that's the basic body of the hex nut. And the other thing we need on this is to put a chamfer, and we need a chamfer on sort of both edges of the threaded section. So I'm going to go to the chamfer tool. The size for this should be 0.6 mil. And another useful little shortcut, I could select individually the two edges. However, if you pick a face using either the chamfer or fillet tools, the way the software works is it will apply that feature to all edges connected to that face. So in this instance, if we pick the cylindrical face on the inside of the nut, that will then create chamfers both ends in one selection rather than having to pick the two edges separately. So that's what I'd like. I hit apply and then just hit close to close the tool, and that is a simple M8 hex nut. So now I'm going to go to file, save, and I'm just going to save this into the folder with the other part we made earlier. So this is M8 Hex Nut, and click save. And with that done, I can now click the cross top right to close the part workspace down and go back to the Alibre Atom 3D home window.